I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone in progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't.
What's going on, fam? You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole, and it's Commanders Friday, but it's a special Commanders type of show. I got a guy from Texas, but he's like family to me. You know what I mean? So you already know we like to chop it up. It's not like one of those Cowboys, Commanders type of thing. Nah, it's like all love. We have fun with it. But also again, so if you didn't know, it is Cowboys week if you're a Commanders fan. So this is our Commanders Cowboys preview show about the game that's going down on Sunday. Before we talk about all that, we got to knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search The Urban Sports Scene. You can check out our website, which is theurbansportscene.com. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. The super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and also like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasts, and sports debates. All right, man, let's get into our tradition, the pregame. Here's what we have on tap. Mike Hardge, host of the Morning Kickoff with Mark Henry and the Hardge Knocks Life, like Jay-Z. Don't you like that? Hardge Knocks Life. Like I like the play on words with it. I love it. On AM1300 The Zone in Austin, Texas, will join me to preview the Commanders versus the Dallas Cowboys. All right, let's get right into it. I don't like to waste any time. My guy Mike is one of the dope people, and he's a busy guy. Like you just heard, Mark Henry. He does it big. What's going on, Mike?
What's happening? I couldn't do it by myself. You mentioned Mark Henry. That's my guy. We've been doing this thing for over a year now and having a lot of fun. But I knew I was coming on today, so I wanted to bring a special guest for you.
All right.
So I couldn't do this alone. I couldn't talk about the Cowboys without bringing my boy with me, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott with me.
I do want you call me on guard with that. I ain't gonna lie to you. You call me on guard. I ain't gonna even hold you. You call me on guard.
I couldn't come in here without Dakota. Dakota was lighting it up right now. He wanted to make sure that he made an appearance to let you know he's focused on the game. But he gonna let me take it from here. But I wanted Dakota to make an appearance for you.
I do want you to talk about your show before we get into this actual game. Can you talk about your show? Because you've been grinding for a while, and I'm happy for you. I told you this off air. I'm very happy for you.
It's always love when we get together. We always give each other our jabs. But my show is called The Morning Kickoff. We're on from 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. We're the home of the Texas Longhorns. We cover the Dallas Cowboys, the Houston Texans, all things Texas, and, of course, across the nation, because not only is it called the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge, it's called the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man and WWE Hall of Famer, the Mark Henry, is part of the show as well. And, you mentioned it. When Mark came on, business picked up, if you know what I mean. So we've been on the grind a lot. So it's been a lot of fun. And we here to talk about this Cowboys Commanders week. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a little nervous about it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I think even Commander fans are nervous about it. So it's not. That's the temperature here. No one. When we look at and we'll dive into. I want to ask you. Do you still cover before we talk about the game? You still talk baseball?
Yeah, I do. I cover a lot of baseball.
Okay.
Obviously with the Texas Rangers, the Houston Astros, but Major League Baseball. I always have an insider, Larry Wayne Jones is a big part of the show as well. So I've known Chipper since the day we got drafted in 1990. Damn, that's a long time ago. But we stayed in touch, and now he comes on and is a contributor with us as well.
No, so that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so let me get to this game. Obviously, we're talking about being nervous, like, and I'm gonna say, like, Commander fans are nervous too. Everyone talks about like the Dallas Cowboys offense and how potent it is, but it is, and they're gonna get it seems like they're gonna get an important piece back. I just want to know, is CeeDee Lamb really gonna play? Is he ready?
As Brian Schottenheimer, Shotty likes to say, if he's breathing, I believe he's gonna play. So he was breathing this week. He ran around, caught a couple passes, and he's going to be ready to go. And that, you're right, that is a big piece that will be coming back for the Cowboys. But the one thing about it is, like, there's always going to be trials and tribulations. It's the NFL. Commanders went through it not too long ago when Daniels couldn't play. Yeah. And so you have to try to develop, and you got Mariota. You got to have a quality backup. For the Cowboys, we learned a lot about George Pickens. Pickens came in and picked up the slack. You see what's happening with Ferguson becoming a guy. Now it's a wide open type of offense with all the pieces that Dak needs to be successful to run this offense. Now the biggest question is, how is he going to balance it? Because a lot of guys now are going to want the ball. CD obviously coming back is going to want the ball. Pickens has had success being the number one. But now you got to play fair, so to speak. And Dak, I think he can handle it and manipulate the ball enough to where everybody gets their spots. But it's going to be tough with that piece coming back. It's going to be great for Cowboys fans. But as I said today on the show, CeeDee Lamb don't cover nobody. And that's the problem for the Cowboys. Who is going to cover what y'all got going on in Washington?
Yeah, definitely that. But I do want to get back to something there, because he has been playing. George Pickens has been playing well. I call him Crash Out. I don't even call him George.
Yeah, crash out. He will lose it.
Yeah. And him and Dak have had a good relationship, good rapport, and he's been balling. Real talk, he has been balling.
Yep.
And CeeDee Lamb, and anybody's watched the Cowboys over the last since he's kind of come to promise, like, to be the guy. Like, CeeDee Lamb gets featured a lot. Like, that's the thing. Like, he is featured. He is not playing second fiddle to nobody. Like, he is featured. And I'm sure, before the injury where George Pickens came on the squad, that was to be known. Like, it's still CD's team, right? In terms of wide receivers, it's still his team.
Right.
Now your number one dog is coming back, but the problem is George Pickens is looking like a number one too. Like, so, like, I just want to know your opinion. Do you think, not CeeDee Lamb, I think CeeDee Lamb's gonna get his touches. I think that's not going to change. Do you think George Pickens can handle that though?
Well, when you gave him the nickname Crash Out, that kind of makes me nervous too, because there can be some moments in the game where he feels like he's open and Dak doesn't give him the opportunity. Now I think his role is going to change. He's going to go back to the guy going down the field for the jump balls. Dak's going to have to throw it down there. But again, I think the main thing for this Cowboy team and what Dak is trying to teach George Pickens is win. Pickens said this past week in an interview, I won in high school, I won at Georgia, I want to win in the NFL, so I got to do whatever it takes to win. And if it's being the second guy, go ahead. But I think there's a way that he can balance the targets. I think the person that might suffer is Ferguson.
Yeah.
Because Dak has got to be able to do that. But if you're trying to be a team player, you got to understand this is what I got to do for us to win, because I got a ticket in my room of 7.5 wins, because that was the number that the Cowboys had. And I'm holding on to that ticket. I almost tore it up. I had to tear up my Baltimore Ravens one. That tore up.
I know.
But I have this ticket because I thought it was an insult for the Cowboys to be at 7.5, because a healthy Dak Prescott changes everything.
Yeah.
Well, they let that game get away last week against Carolina.
Yeah.
You got that 40-40 tie against Green Bay.
Yeah.
So that puts you behind the 8 ball, so to speak, in that moment. But the one thing that I keep going back to is this Dallas Cowboy defense and the fact that Matt Eberflus
you go there. Let's go there.
refuses to adjust is what's driving me nuts, because I've always said this, and I've said it to my since I was a coach as a young child, to my older kids as they're growing up, and my son right now that's playing basketball. I said, if a coach does not put you in a position to succeed,
I agree.
You are failing the athlete. You know his strengths and weaknesses. Why would you put him in something that's not going to make him a better player? And it's just it blows me crazy.
We have a similar situation here in Washington with defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. We have that same issue with him, the same exact thing. Like that's a lot, and I don't know how it is over there.
Former Dallas Cowboy,
coach.
Yep.
And I don't know how it is over there with the perception of, do you guys have the talent? Because I know a lot of people like maybe he doesn't have the pieces to do what he needs to do. But over here, that's the argument. That's like when you'll have some sections of the fan base or like me, to your point, like you got to put people in position to be successful. You know what I mean? I'm with you. That's my belief. But then you have other individuals who say like, oh, he doesn't have the dues right now to do what he needs to do. And like, so it's interesting that you say that with Matt Eberflus, because I'm like, we're similar in that regard with our defense here in DC. But for you, like, did that concern, like, you know, this team gave up like, was it 400 yards last week?
Oh my gosh,
400 yards last week. What's truth be told, what is wrong with the unit? Is it more him putting guys in positions to fail? Is it talent? You know, obviously you lost a big dog. You lost a big dog on Micah Parsons, but What is it for real?
There's so many levels to that. And what I mean by that is, you know, you go out and you get a Kenny Clark in the trade. You start to look at this game and you say, okay, we got to stop the run. The Cowboys hadn't had a run stopper. Well, they finally get one. Yeah. Now he's having a tough time. Is it the scheme? Because he had success in Green Bay. Right. So what does he do well, and why are you getting him pushed back? Then you look at the linebacker position, and right now, Sehorn and Kenneth Murray look lost. And now they're talking about DeMarvion Overshown coming back, but I'm like, he's not a savior. I mean, he's a piece. Yeah. He's going to play well, but he's not stopping on the back end. And then you look at the third level, you have Donovan Wilson, who can come up and make a hit, but he can't track back deep. You got Hooker that got hurt. So now you bring in Wanye Thomas, and he was able to go and do well, but he's getting sucked into the conversation about coming up and do run support. And then your corners. You have DeRon Bland and then Diggs, who Mark Henry is for sure on the take. He said he's on the take. He is losing it.
He's out, right? He out with a concussion.
He had an injury in his house.
In his house?
Yeah. Maybe his son told him, Dad, you are terrible this week, and threw a ball at him and tried to get a catch.
I'm going to tell you a story. Because I know it's – go ahead, continue. I'm going to tell you a story, though.
So you're sitting there and you're trying to figure out what is the master plan for this team. Eberflus, in the conversation with the media, said that Jerry thinks that you need to go man to man. He said that is a theory, and maybe it is, maybe it's not. Like, who says that as a defensive coordinator? Yeah. Like, you got to be, if you're going to go out there, be out there and go with what you say. So it's an interesting take, but I am fearful because I believe you'll probably tell me here in a second. Yeah. Terry McLaurin's supposed to be back this week as well. Aha.
Not playing. He's out.
Oh. Is that official?
That's official. He's not playing. Oh. And Debo may not play. Oh. Yeah.
Say less.
There's a chance that Debo may play. Terry's definitely out.
Well, that washes out the Diggs deal, so we can figure everything else out. Yeah, it's a tough look, man. It's a tough look.
So yeah, it's funny when you say his son, because my nephew plays against, because he's from this area. No. Diggs is from this area. My nephew plays against one of his kids over here. One of them, and he ain't that good either. His kid ain't that good. My nephew good. His kid ain't that good. But then when but no, it's funny you say that though. Like when I saw the alert on my phone, it said out with a concussion. Then I read it, so I was like, an accident. Like, how do you get an accidental concussion?
Come on.
At home.
Come on.
That don't sound right.
Yeah, it don't. There's a conspiracy theory, I'm sure, somewhere.
It's somewhere. Something else sounds right.
Somewhere.
I feel like after this week, something is. There's going to be a report.
Oh yeah. Maybe Mark Henry went to the house and had enough. I gotta find out.
What was Mark? I forgot. He had the 3-6 Mafia. What was his
old
thing? What was
somebody gonna get their bleep kicked?
There you go. I think
somebody gonna get it kicked.
But yeah, I'm gonna say like I mean from a distance I watch we see. I don't watch all Cowboys games. The Bears game was probably the Cowboys game I really watched, and the second I was like, yo, this defense is not the same.
Not.
And even Diggs, to your point, Diggs looked done anyway. I don't know if it's the knee, coming back from the knee injury. Maybe he'll get better the next year. To be honest with you, I know it's tough to come back from a knee injury right off after year one. I know it's tough, so I'm not gonna say that he's done. I'm not gonna be that person. But it's right now he's not playing the level we saw him play prior. That's just what it is. But I will say, when watching that, I was surprised at how bad the Cowboys defense was. And I've been and I like their draft pick, the kid from Boston College. I like him a lot. Can you tell me about him? How is he looking? How is he progressing?
He's been well. I mean, like everything else, you have to go through the processes of being an NFL player. You got to go through the trials and tribulations, going each week and understanding strengths and weaknesses about the offensive tackles that you're going to be going against. But keeping the edge, he's not had a problem with that. He's been locking it down. So I've been appreciative of what he's been able to do. But like anything else, the more reps you get, the more opportunities you get, the better you're going to understand the game.
Yeah, so let me be fair to you now, because you're giving me so much intel about the Cowboys. I can give you intel about the Commanders. I
appreciate that.
I can only be fair. So I'll say it's been the defense has been a problem. That's the thing. It's been a problem. Been able to stop the run, which is a good thing, but the secondary has had its issues in terms of communication. So there's certain it seems like the same play is kind of offensive coordinators have used the same play to kind of beat what we do defensively. They attack us with tight ends. That typically has been a problem for Washington, attacking the tight ends. Attacking this team with tight ends. Secondary play in terms of safeties have not been ideal since the injury of Will Harris. So if that's been a thing, but again, it goes back to we have a common issue. It's been
it's definitely an issue.
Yeah, common issues. You're putting dudes in positions to fail. Bobby Wagner, you're isolating him on running backs. This is an old Bobby Wagner. How dare you put Bobby Wagner in a position to be checking a B. John Robinson or a real wide receiver 1, 2, or 3. And at his age right now, this is not Seattle Seahawks Bobby Wagner. This is still a really good linebacker.
He's great for the locker room, correct?
Yeah, really good for the locker room.
Everything. Yeah,
very good for the locker room. But that's a place where if the Cowboys want to take advantage of it, and if Joe Witt Jr. hasn't really done anything, I could see that happening. But Jayden, I know obviously folks want to talk about. You told us about. We talked about Dak having an amazing year. Jayden coming back, obviously the Chicago Bears game was tough in terms of the turnovers, but throwing the football, I would say that was Jayden is starting to round in the form and throwing the football, because I won't even lie to you, the first 2 weeks, even with us beating the Giants, and then he struggled and he got hurt against the Packers. We wasn't throwing the football at a high level than me. He would have his spots. Yeah, he would have his spots. But the last 2 games, the Chargers and the Bears, granted, we're gonna all think we're all gonna remember the fumble, the interception. But if you want to be honest with you, if you saw some of those passes he was throwing, that's more of who Jayden's starting to become. He's starting to get his swag back and his rhythm back. So, I mean, I think Jayden against this secondary, even with the issues they have, even with the issues that Washington has at wide receivers, you do have guys who have stepped up. Luke McCaffrey has stepped up.
Wow, has he ever?
He stepped up. You have. I mean, I said Debo may not play, but I think they're gonna shoot him up. I think he'll play. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's the same. He should have played, but to be honest with that Monday night game, he really shouldn't have played because he looked hampered. And then you got guys Chris Moore made a few plays. You probably had some guys getting called up, but again, that's all predicated on. To be honest with you, a lot of it's predicated on what Cliff Kingsbury does and schemes up, because he schemes up a lot of guys open. To be honest with you,
Cliff has been doing that since his time in the NFL and in college. So Cliff can definitely dial it up, but you got to have the right people in the right spots and understand where those pockets are.
Yes.
Make sure that you find that spot. I do want to ask you, too, about your defensive line.
Ask away.
Payne is somebody that I've been looking at to see what's going to happen with him. Von Miller, obviously. Yeah. So what is going on with those guys on the injury report, and are they going to be able to go?
The only issue that Payne will be good. Von will be out there. Payne has been good this year. More than Payne's been solid this year. He's been good this year. It's basically not a contract year, but really like a contract year for him.
Yeah.
So he's been good. Kinlaw has been really good. Surprising me. Kinlaw has been really good.
He loves playing the Cowboys, just FYI.
Does he? Okay. He's been. Yeah. I want him really. Okay. I want him.
He acts a donkey when it's time to play. Yeah. The Cowboys make him a Pro Bowler.
Oh, he's been playing at a high level. He has been playing at a high level. And I won't even lie to you. He was when we signed him, I was like, why are we signing him? He hasn't really lived up to the hype being drafted, but he's been good. Kinlaw has been good. Doris Armstrong, a former Cowboy who's having a fantastic year. He has 6 sacks this season already. He may not play though. He has a hamstring injury. Now he may not play. He just had the hamstring injury on Monday night. I don't think he's going to play, but folks think he may have an opportunity to play. So if he does play, that would be huge. But I don't know how healthy he'll be. But the D-line, in terms of stopping the run, they've been good. They've been, again, hit or miss. You're asked again. It goes back to what I was saying earlier about like putting guys in position to be successful. You have Von Miller, and you can't expect Von Miller to be the old Von Miller. Like you got to put him in a position to be successful getting at the quarterback, maybe blitzing on his side. Stop trying to get him to win one-on-one. He's not that same Von Miller. Is he good? Is he still a good player? Yeah, he's a good player. But stop trying to make him trying to treat him like he's the guy that we saw in the past. You know what I mean?
Situational guy.
Yeah, he should be a situational pass rusher. Yeah, that's what he should be.
Remember when he was in Buffalo, there were a year that he didn't even have tackles.
Yes.
He didn't have tackles. And I'm like, how do you not have tackles? You play defense. You got to fall on somebody.
Yes.
He was having some times where he wasn't even getting tackles. So, yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention this guy, like on offense. Yeah. This dude made Jalen Lane from Virginia Tech.
Yes.
Like he's close. Like he's on his way. He's on his way. Like that's
against Chicago. He played against Chicago.
Yeah, like he has a lot. He's a thorough playmaker. Kickoff, punt returns, dynamic. Like not like Turpin is dynamic on returns. I'm not gonna take that, but dynamic, and also as a receiver, he can run the route tree. And he has like 4.3 speed. Like he's like this close, and like it started slow for him. But then as soon as he had the punt return for a touchdown a couple weeks ago, his confidence has gone skyward.
Yeah.
So so I would say that. But in terms of but we're like
running game too. Your running game is pretty nice right now.
Yeah,
but you got some guys.
Yeah, so it's more like this. The running game is more predicated on. I feel like it's at best when they do running back by committee. Don't put all the pressure on. Everybody knows the story of Bill from the HBCU, New Mexico State, and then obviously he had to sit out a whole year, right? But now, but he's been great. Don't get it twisted. He's been great. But this team, to me, works better when they do running back by committee. Like when I'm saying Bill should get get more of the carries. But it should still be split up the way they wanted to do it, because I felt like when they did it that way, they were harder to beat. You know what I mean? But the running game is good. Like running game is definitely good. Paul, my man Mike, leave it to Wole. He will leave Luke out of the conversation. I mentioned Luke McCaffrey.
You did.
All right. There. So side note, I'm gonna give you Mike. I'm gonna keep it a bean. The fan base here. They think I hate on Luke McCaffrey. I mean, I still don't like nepotism. I don't like nepotism signings, though. That's a whole different thing. Diggs is out. He got in a car accident, got a concussion. We know he's out. We said that. Was it a car accident? That's what was said?
Last thing I report is heard it was in his house. Did he?
I heard it was in his house, Mike. I heard it was in his house.
Let's find out. I'll get some stuff going.
No. I heard it was in his house. That's what I.
Me too.
I thought it was in his house. That's why I started laughing. I said, in his house.
Yeah.
What you been doing, buddy?
Exactly. Who had that frying pan? What'd you do?
Exactly. How's she catch you?
Exactly. What you do?
Oh, like how she catch you?
Man.
Oh man, that was my first thought process. I was like, yeah, you got trouble. I was like, come on, man, come on,
No doubt, no
come
doubt.
on. Oh my god. So what? All right. So I want to ask you, why has Dak been so good this year? Like Zach, we know that Dak is like he's a top of the half quarterback, but this year it just seems different. Why is he playing at such a high level?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's number one, he's healthy.
Okay.
Number two, if you go back and look at all the years that he's been able to play, he's always, whenever he's healthy, he's put up big numbers. That's just who he is. He's a very accurate quarterback. People always want to hate on him because he can't win the game. But my man is scoring. They lead the NFL in points and lead the NFL in points given up. Yeah. So it's kind of hard for you to be successful when you score 40 in the NFL and you don't win.
Yeah.
You know, last week, 27 points and you lose 30-27. I mean, you can't it's unfair to put him in that situation. But I also know that if you start looking at Ferguson, you look at the running game, which I had to eat crow with Javonte Williams.
You ain't think it was gonna be good? You ain't like him?
I just because of the offensive line, I didn't know what the offensive line was going to be. But then you go back and you look, he's been able to get after it. I've been very impressed with him. I've been a big fan of Jake Ferguson since he came out of college. I was like, this guy is going to be an all-time great for the Cowboys in their organization, and looks like he's headed in that direction. But as I said, the reason why I believe Dak has been so good is because of the fact he's healthy. He's a lot lighter than what he's been in a while, and he has the right personnel that understands, or they understand each other's psyche with Coach Schottenheimer. They have a good relationship. You go back and look when Schotty was the offensive coordinator for those years. He was almost the MVP. Won a couple games. He would have been the MVP. Just like when he was healthy 2 years ago, he was second in the ballot. You know, so there's some things that I've always said about Dak, but everybody wants to hate on him because he hasn't won in the playoffs. But right now, all I need him to do is win on Sunday, and then we'll talk about everything else after that, you know?
We might say, why did they pick up a receiver and then talking about the Commanders? Why did the Commanders pick up a receiver and then put him on IR and make it make sense? All right, so let me answer this question. Picked up Treylon Burke. They put
big wide receiver.
I feel like it's more of a it's a low risk, high reward type of thing. And they picked him up because they like him. And Martin is not the guy they like. Martin's he's probably on a practice squad. They released him. He'll probably be on a practice squad. They IR Noah Brown because Noah Brown is always hurt, so it doesn't really matter. So eventually Burke. I don't know. Like some folks think that he can play because of Terry's injury and other things. They think he can play Sunday. I doubt he'll play Sunday. They just because he's on the practice squad today. So that means that there's a lot to kind of put together. So I feel like he'll be after this game. We'll get more of an indication he'll play. But yeah, and a lot of fans are excited about Burke. I like Burke. I mean, I like his potential. I like his talent. Yeah. But I will say this though. I don't ever get hyped about like midseason pickups that with guys who haven't played at all because like obviously scouts and teams have seen enough. Like if you're really good, like you're not going to be out there that long. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know, so there's ability there. Obviously, he's a former first round pick. So we'll see. But I don't think he's young too. Yeah, he's young, but I don't know, man. I feel like that's more of a, you know, I mean, look, right? You see Washington's wide receiver core. Ain't like there ain't no names over there that's like saying like, damn, that dude nice. Like, you ain't other than Debo, he may not play. But Debo, if you look at the roster now for what it is, you got Debo. Who's health? Who you know? Who could play? Debo, Luke McCaffrey. I'm not going to even go there. Luke McCaffrey, Chris Moore, and my man Lane. Jalen Lane to me is the one that I feel like eventually could scare folks. So that, I mean, let me put it that way. Other than Debo is in his own category.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, looking at Dak, going back to Dak though, yeah, man, he's been playing at a high level. I feel bad for him because the year like now, like it's all on him. He's really doing nothing wrong. There's no game that you can point at right now at this point in the season to say like it's Dak's fault. Because some games, like everybody would be like, all right, this game, you can point out a game and say he threw this amount of turnovers or whatever. This, like, he's done everything like a man can do to win a football game. I'm being real. Like, he's done everything, and they're 2-3-1. Like the year that he does everything, they're 2-3-1 right now. I feel like it's so unfair.
Yep. And everybody just looks at him and well, we can't say it's on him this time, but then in 30 seconds later,
It'll
they're
be
like,
on him.
That got to be better.
Yeah.
That got to be better. And I'm like, how much better can you be? Even those guys that they put at the elite of the elite, they're not doing that either. And so Dak is doing everything he can possibly do. He knows where he's going with the ball as soon as the ball is snapped. He's had the line doing what they're supposed to do, just giving him enough time.
Mm-hmm.
And even the game against Green Bay, Micah Parsons probably could have had 4-5 sacks in that game.
Yeah.
But Dak was getting that ball off right in the nick of time. And it's just you score 40 points and you lose. And I'm sure Green Bay can say the same thing about their defense. I scored 40 and we lost or we tied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Micah, I ain't gonna say the game on Thursday night. Micah did us dirty. Oh, he ain't do y'all, he did us dirty. Micah did us dirty.
He loved going against Dan Quinn. He's trying out.
Hey, is that a real, like, I ain't gonna lie, okay, I know it's off topic. Is that like I want to know the temperature over there because it felt like here, like he wanted to be here so bad.
He definitely wanted to be there. If he was going to leave the Cowboys, he would have loved to have been, because then he gets to play the Cowboys twice a year.
Okay.
And you already know, and he has a great relationship with Dan Quinn.
Okay.
So
that wasn't tongue in cheek.
Joe Witt.
Oh, that wasn't tongue in cheek. That was real. Like that was legit.
That's 100.
Okay, because I was like, he doing a lot. Yeah. He talk about Jayden, like in the way he doing a lot. Like he doing a lot. Yeah. Okay. Because I'm glad you all right. I want to know the temperature over there. Like the folks thinking, like, hey, come on, man, chill out.
Yeah, because half the team is Cowboys. So that's true. You start looking at it.
That is true.
I do want to ask you about a Texas Longhorn. Is Sam Cosmi getting closer?
He's playing. He'll probably play. He'll probably play. I think. So let me ask. All right, yeah. I'm glad you asked that question. He's the game last week. I thought he was gonna the Bears. I thought he was gonna play, but then I had reporters pretty much tell me like the Cowboys game was it. I was like, I figured. Yeah. Because I mean Texas Longhorns. He's going back to Texas. I figured. Exactly. Like it's just like Jayden when they played the Chargers. Like he could have played the Atlanta game. But he's going back to LA, going back home. Yeah. So yeah. So I expect him to play. I think the fan base is boosted about that. Like because Sam Cosmi has been amazing at guard. He was tackle. Even though I think here it's crazy. I think here we gave him a bum rap for how he played right tackle. I was kind of happy the way he played like right tackle. I thought he was okay. I thought he was solid. But obviously, when you're a high level, to me, you're a high level talent at tackle. The transition to guard is much easier.
And he's a road grader. He'll be able to go smack somebody around.
He's there. Yeah, like Mike said, he's definitely Cosmi is playing. Definitely, it seems like it. He's projecting to play. He definitely projected to play. Yeah. So I do want to ask about the running game. So you said you're surprised at how well Williams is playing though. Like, so how has he been so effective in the run game? How would you gauge the offensive line? Like, why would you?
I think his quickness is back. I think his lateral movement has gotten better, and I also believe that the way that he understands how the line is that zone read type of run has been very, very effective for him. I'm impressed with the way that he's been able to adjust in those particular moments. The problem that I've had here recently is they went out, they ended up letting Rico go, went and signed Miles Sanders, basically a swap, and then Miles Sanders ends up not being able to get after it. So it's just one of those things that you continue to look at and you get frustrated about because Jayden Blue couldn't understand the offense, wasn't picking it up quick enough, and then you have this injury. So now you're looking at your running back room, and it's like Jayden Blue and Javonte Williams. But I have been pleasantly surprised with what Williams has been able to do.
Yeah, I think he's been really good. I'm surprised. I thought Miles Sanders would be really good with you guys too, to be honest with you.
Man, that's fool's goal over there. They call that fool Gazy. I'm like, man, this dude, we got out all this hype, trying to be locked in with it. And it's like, no, man, it's no good. It's no good, man. No good.
For some strange reason, I thought he was going to be RB1. Was that even a thing?
Well, because he had a good little run in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, it's a little bit different with the way that these Cowboy fans think. And for me, I was like, he doesn't have the burst.
Okay.
He doesn't have. Remember early in the season, he had that run against Philadelphia.
Yeah. And
he couldn't get it. Jayden Blue would have housed that. But Jayden Blue don't have that NFL experience yet of understanding the creases and that opportunity to hit the hole properly. Yeah. He couldn't do that.
So I do ask you in terms of to this game, like how excited do you feel like this Cowboys offense is going against like this Washington Commanders defense?
Well, truthfully, I mean, when you look at what the Cowboys have been able to do all year long, it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't really truly matter because at the time, I thought that the Green Bay defense was a lot better.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And you saw what Dak was able to do with that. You look at what Philadelphia's defense was. Sure. Dak was able to move the ball against them. So for me, it's just that mindset of Dallas is going to score points. I have no doubt about that. Now, is it going to be in the 30s? I don't know. But I know they will be able to put points on the board. The question is, can they stop the ball? And I don't know what game plan the Cowboys can come up with because controlling the clock is not who they are.
That's a good point, yeah.
Because they score. They score. You mean it is what it is. And you got a kicker in Aubrey that can kick it 70 yards without even blinking. So it's an interesting dynamic. But I believe the Cowboys are going to score points. The biggest question is, can they stop anybody?
I like that. All right. So yeah, I mentioned crash out, but I feel like me and a lot of these folks in the chat. I had a prior show a couple of days, I think yesterday or a couple of days ago, and I talked about like this matchup intrigues me because two of these guys on each team, like and they're going to be seeing each other. Yep. They both have tempers. I'm being real nice by saying tempers. I said I'm trying to use the nice word.
Say crash out.
Yeah, crash outs, right? Marshawn Lattimore and George Pickens fascinates me. Like what can potentially happen fascinates me. Like, cause dudes don't back down. Right. Like, I don't know over there, or on your radio show, do you even think about it? Like, do you think about that matchup? Like, I think about fights and everything when I see this matchup.
Yeah, we're always talking about that. I mean, I told you, Mark Henry's always looking for some rumbles. You know what I'm saying? So we're always talking about that. So when you look at those types of guys, it's who's going to keep the composure.
Yeah.
It's okay. Who is going to be able to control the other one a little bit more? Because I'm sure Dak is going to be like, hey, look, man, stay locked in. You get to speak later.
Yeah.
You can go out here and show out on this team, but stay locked in because we're going to need you to make a big play. So that's where the leadership is. Now, as for Jayden can't go over there and do that because it's on the defensive side of the ball. You got to find one of your guys on.
It got to be Bobby. Bobby got to talk to him.
Yeah, Bobby got to be the one saying, "Hey, man, stay engaged in the game. Yeah. Don't get into the fisticuff." But some people, that's how they get themselves going.
Yeah,
that's how they rev up before the game. So once the game starts, it's on and popping, and you think you're gonna have somebody locked up. It ain't gonna happen like that.
It's crazy because I can speak for us. I mean, as a Commanders fan, and Marshawn anybody knows me. I'm like a Michigan Wolverine fan. Marshawn's from Ohio State, so it's like I had to whatever. So then I had to, but when he came on the team, like I kind of love his personality. I don't know why I love it so much, but then it was like we got on the team.
I have some ideas why you like it.
Right. So when I see him do process, I was like, this is my kind of people. He's my kind of people. So but he's very consistent. Like there's particular people that can get under his skin. And obviously we all know about him and Mike Evans. Like that's they don't like each other. That's just something that it is what it is. But he had it with AJ Brown, like a physical type of like wide receiver who's gonna try to bully you and try to get in you. And Marshawn don't play that. So when I look at George Pickens, like George Pickens does a lot of stuff, Like he don't like he do a lot of low key stuff too with it. Like
Oh yeah,
he a lot of low key stuff, and I'm like, yeah,
this is a double chin strap game.
It is.
You gotta have both of them on, man. You got to
is.
stay engaged with this. You got to wear 2 chin straps.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be some hands thrown. And
yeah.
you know, these are the types of games too that I want to make sure that the officials don't become part of it.
That too.
So they gotta set a precedent early. Now, if it costs your team points, you got bigger issue to deal with because you're gonna have to talk in the locker room with some guys that ain't gonna be too happy about it, especially when you're trying to achieve something that is bigger than you by yourself.
True. And it's an NFC East game that's important for both teams.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For the Cowboys, is to get them back at 500. For Washington, get over 500 and kind of losing the stench of what happened Monday night. So yeah, you know, like you said, the game is it's too important to be worried about your individual matchups and how you feel that somebody's punking you or whatever you may feel in that situation. I totally agree. So I just talked about how, you know, on a Dak versus this Commanders defense, but Jayden, when you guys see Jayden Daniels coming to town, like what is the thought process going against the defense? Are you like, oh, is it like one of them coming, or is it more like, all right, like we can contain this? Like, what is the thought process? Okay, no, okay.
I just told you we're like a colander when you're trying to put the spaghetti in there and everything just roll out. And then you gonna score against the Cowboys. The thing about Jayden is, I really love his game, the way he's able to elude in the pocket and keep his eyes up. And the reason being is because the threat of running is always going to be there. So as a defensive player, you're kind of in that limbo. You have to either make that decision that I'm going to go and try to crack him open, or I got to wait and see, because if not, he can make you look bad, rather running the ball or throwing the football. And to your point, he's starting to get comfortable again throwing the football, and that's where things can get dangerous. And the way that the Cowboys give the ball up deep, that's why when I asked you about McLaurin, I'm like, is he going to be able to play? And you're like, no, he's out. Well, that's one we don't have to worry about.
Got you.
Another one that you were talking about, the
Jaylen Lane.
And then you also got Luke Skywalker over there doing McCaffrey. He's doing his thing. So he's finding his crease. He's finding his moment on this team, and he's making the most. And he'll probably be in the league for another 20 years because, you know, he's possession receiver.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
He's a gym rat.
He's a gym rat. You know,
coach's kid.
Yeah, hey. I mean, he based like the GM's kid, to be real with you. I mean, yeah. Luke he's out there, and Luke is they do a good job of scheming him open. They do a very good job of scheming him open.
He fits Cliff's offense perfectly because of the Texas Tech connection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that.
They always had those Wes Welker, Danny Amendola.
There you go. You already get it.
Yeah, I understand.
Hey, exactly. And also with works for Luke McCaffrey too. Also, he used to be a quarterback, so you know.
Yeah, you know those spots.
Yeah, exactly. Look, everybody knows I talk about Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite subject. I'm not gonna lie. Luke McCaffrey's my favorite subject.
I love it. I love it.
Look, he tries, man. He went to Rice. You know what I mean? Like he's Luke McCaffrey.
He went to a couple places.
Yeah, I know. He went to Michigan too. He went to Michigan too. I know. I know exactly where he went. I know who he is. I'm very familiar.
We got history.
We got history. We got history. Like I know who Luke McCaffrey is. Yeah. Like everybody just like, I didn't know who he was. He was supposed to be our starting quarterback. That didn't work out for him.
Oh,
that didn't work out for him. You know, again, the McCaffrey name goes strong. But I do, like this rivalry. Like when I want to know for you all down there, does it still hold that weight? Redskins, Commanders, whatever, Cowboys.
Absolutely.
Does it still hold weight?
Okay. It's you don't want to pick people on your fantasy team from them. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you don't keep them at all in the conversation. So it's still I always go back to the days when it was on Thanksgiving.
I love it better that time.
Those were the real battles, and when you really understood about football growing up during that time. So this is always going to be one of those deals where this week, no conversation. I have a friend of mine. She travels in healthcare. And she had dinner at the Star in Dallas, but she's a Washington Commander fan. She said, "You think I should wear my jersey in there?" I'm like, Don't do it. Please don't do it.
You know, I do want to ask you that's interesting you say that, because here we got a bunch of Cowboy fans. Like,
Oh yeah.
Is there like a bunch of Washington fans over there?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
All right.
I try not to look for them.
Okay. I'm curious. I'm just curious because I
never see them when I run them over.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know.
No, Ori, you a fool. You a fool. You a fool.
Yeah.
Like, why I ask that too is because it's like I feel like people here, like, they just petty, like, because maybe their parents were Commander fans, and they're like, you know what, screw it. I don't want to be. I rather like the enemy of my parents' fans or parents team. Excuse me.
But the Cowboys do travel everywhere.
They do that too. But we got a lot of them here. Like a lot.
I went to a Cowboys and Broncos game, and you would have thought we were playing at Mile High because there were so many Bronco fans that were in attendance every time they come. So a lot of the people in the state of Texas are Denver Bronco fans.
Really? Oh, okay.
To that stadium. So it is, and a lot of Giants fans too. They always seem to
they're
everywhere.
They're everywhere. They sneak around.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they still live off Lawrence Taylor. They're
right.
Around. Yeah,
right.
That's probably what it is.
Been a minute.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Eli, that was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that was cool. That was cool. You see, I think it's a big game for DQ and the coaches. Far more NFL coach games by the Washington staff than the Dallas head coach Quinn. Can Quinn showcase that coaching advantage they have through more experience in the league? Can he? That's a good question. They do have more experience in the coaching staff. Washington does have a very experienced coaching staff. That is true. I don't know. I just feel like at the end of the day, it goes back to what we talked about. Which defense? I feel like it's more on the defense. Which defense is going to make enough stops for this team to win, for either team to win the game?
Exactly.
Because I feel like, and folks who if you're coming on late, I want y'all to know, like, Dallas situation sounds very similar to our situation. We talk about our defensive coordinator. So it just
very much so.
Like that. Mm-hmm.
I got this guy with me at all times.
He got Dak with him.
Dak.
Yeah, baby Dak.
Number 4. Look at
baby Dak.
Baby Dak with him. Number 4. If he's there, we got a chance.
That's how we feel with Jayden. Like when Jayden's there, yeah, we feel the same way. Like,
and I just got a report right now. CeeDee Lamb, no injury designation for this weekend.
So he's definitely playing.
He's a 100% go. So CeeDee will be in there. Concussion boy is out. He probably hasn't even read it yet. He's probably confused about why his name popped up for a concussion. But yeah, so Dak is going to have his full complement on the offensive side. I think Tyler Booker is trending in the right direction as well. So we'll see what that designation is here in just a little bit. But hopefully it'll be all hands on deck for the Cowboys and the Commanders.
All right, like for your fan base and like on your radio show, folks who call in or they talk to you, like, is this like a must-win game for them?
A lot of them are. A lot of them feel that way. I know that myself and my co-host, Mark Henry, we firmly believe this is a must-win situation, especially because of the fact when you look at the Cowboys and where they are. You talked about it, 2-3-1. Who would have thought this where you would be at this point in the season, especially with your healthy quarterback being back? But they wasn't expecting the defense to be this bad because the defense was something that we thought that they corrected. They didn't have to make up. They made the move for Pickens. They made the move for Pickens, and that was like, okay, we got that. Now we're good to go. Defensively, you went out and you signed all these free agents, Alexander, and then you looked at the Sanborn and all these different guys that you thought were going to come in and be an integral part. You made the trade for Clark to stop the run game. Now you're giving up the run game a lot. They're gashing you. So the biggest question, to your point, is who is going to get the stop? And it's got to be that final stop.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened with Carolina against the Cowboys. Cowboys were moving the ball. As my man Clarence Hill, he said Dak blinked. And I'm like, he had 27 points, man. Yeah, but he knows they got to score 30. And it's no fault of his own.
Yeah.
It's the reality of who you are and what your team needs from you. And you couldn't get the 30.
Yeah, Taj on YouTube says I think we win only because the Jayden Kryptonite was traded to Green Bay. I ain't gonna lie, Micah is Jayden's Kryptonite. I ain't gonna hold you. That man, Jayden fears Micah.
Hey, he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one.
Like, I don't know if you saw the play where Jayden did hurt himself.
Yeah,
like he was looking back at Micah, and that's why he kind of got
thought
caught.
he was like, what is chasing me?
Yeah,
it's October, Jason.
Oh man,
13th is coming for you, man.
Oh man, he said, Christian, what's going on? It says big game too for Lattimore. Marshawn, if he runs with Pickens, is a great matchup. Spicy too. We talked about that. Very spicy.
It's gonna be.
Very spicy.
Yeah,
very
serious. So,
but well, Mike, this has always been dope, man. It's always glad to have you on, man. You always make it exciting. You always make it fun. So before we close this out again, I want you to tell our listeners and viewers how they can catch your show and also like how they can catch you on social media as well.
Yeah, make sure you follow me at Hardball Hardge on social media. You can see it right here on the screen. Also, our show is called The Morning Kickoff. It's on AM1300 The Zone. We are the home of Texas football. The Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans all play on our network. And like you, we're a brother in love because we are part of iHeartRadio, and we all can always be found there. You can go back and listen to our podcast. And my co-host is not only a great, great guy, he's also somebody that has done some things in his life. My co-host is WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man, the Mark Henry. You talk about cutting up. This dude, all he does is want to crack jokes all day long and talk bad about people. I promise you, I got to call him in a minute to make sure that he was not at Diggs's house this afternoon, because if there is somebody that does not like Diggs, it's my man Mark Henry. So I got to check on him and make sure he didn't go to Diggs' house.
Hey, man, he brought the pain.
He brought the house of pain.
He brought the house of pain. He brought the house of pain.
He brought it in there. I'm like, my goodness, brother. I do want to say this because last night we had the opportunity to bring out Ice Cube, and you kind of forget, you know what I'm saying? Like his catalog.
Yes.
He did a 2.5-hour show by himself. And when I say by himself, he bought up Dub C from the West Side.
Okay.
He bought up Eazy-E's son.
Oh, yeah, Eazy's son. He was there?
Yeah, he was on. Dope. But the thing about it is the tour is 4 decades. He's got 40 years in the game, dog. Yeah. And you start to really go back and look at his catalog. He's top 5. His
catalog is crazy. It is crazy.
Top 5.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to hang out with his son, who you're looking at him, but you're looking at Ice Cube.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So it was a really, really cool time. So if you have Ice Cube in your area, do whatever you can to go watch that show because it is phenomenal. It is well put together.
Okay, that's good to know. Like, I'm gonna try to catch a Cube show. I've never caught a Cube show.
You need to. I promise.
No, I believe you.
You'll be like, damn.
Was he playing? I mean, obviously his own single catalog, but was he playing NWA stuff too?
Yeah, all of it.
Really?
From the very beginning, of the show.
Okay.
To the very end, to where he is right now with Ego. He is phenomenal. And we had this debate in the suite too. Yeah. It was about Ice Cube and LL and how long they have truly been in the game.
Oh yeah, he don't get enough respect too. LL don't. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Yeah, LL don't get enough respect too. To be real with you, that's one I've always kind of like. I don't know why he's not mentioned enough too.
Right.
Yeah, right. I feel like I'm with you on that.
You got to be old heads. You got to be old heads.
To enjoy it. You're right. Don't talk because everybody obviously everyone mentions Jay, like Jay. But I'm like. Yeah, like you gotta put the respect on LL because he did it longer and he stayed relevant for a long time.
He can't live without his radio.
Yes, facts. Yeah. Christian said Cube because he's located in the UK. Says Cuban London UK was fire. Dang. Yep. So yeah,
and he did do summer vacation. He sure did.
Yeah, he did. So yeah,
he did it all. He did it all.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I love it. I do love it. God, cute. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. If he come to town, if he come to the city,
look, I don't
he don't
give
come out here.
recommendations, but I'm telling you right now, if you get a chance to go see Ice Cube, go see Ice Cube.
We don't get a lot of, other than like we had Kendrick. We don't get a lot. I mean, in terms of West Coast artists, right? We don't get a lot of like West Coast artists that come over here.
Because y'all be trying to bully people.
Nah, I ain't trying to bully nobody. Look, man, I get hype every
time.
Be
out there like Lattimore.
No, not like Lattimore. I get hype. I mean, I'm gonna use a Texas cat. I get hype when Scarface come here all the time. I get hype when Scarface come. I get hype.
Yeah, I don't miss him either. I don't miss a Scarface show.
He comes here often. I'm here. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
when he come in town.
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm all here for it. You know what I mean? Oh no. There are some dudes like, but yeah, Q don't come out here, man. I need Q out here.
Y'all ain't got no love for Cube out here.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, yeah, he came and played back with our go-go band. That's back. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
To the Fillmore, yeah, he could probably be the Fillmore. Yeah, he would. Nah, yeah, that's too small though for a venue for him. I don't know. Well, DMX is to the Fillmore, so maybe. I don't know. Rest in peace, DMX. All right, well, hey, again, Mike, thanks for being on, man. I appreciate you. Everybody for tuning in the chat. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Oh, wait. If Larry June can have two shows, so can yes, exactly. I agree. Yep. You know what I'm saying? All right. I appreciate everybody in the chat for pulling up. Always appreciate Mike. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. You dig? Deuces, we are out.
To the swag.